Welcome. I am Donnie Sugar, and this is going to be a video about my fears. Most importantly, my critical fears. So, in regards to those fears, I will mention that many of them are somewhat unrelative and will change in the future. Well, let's start off with my very first fear. My very first fear was when I was a kid, I was afraid of the dark. Very simple. I didn't get over the dark. I got over the dark when I was a teenager because I used to sleep in the dark all the time. Now I'm just paranoid. So I'm not really scared of the dark. I'm scared of what's in the dark. And I know there's essentially nothing due to the fact that it's a lack of light. I keep everything locked in my home, and I have cameras and weaponry of some sort to fight off individuals, I suppose. I mean, the real point is, I'm paranoid, so I guess that means I have a desire to keep my home excessively protected. Yeah. So, yeah, I guess that fear of the darkness is still kind of relative. Um, oh, I have a fear of being. I have a fear of being killed, so that's a very common one. Um, don't fear death. Trust me, mofo. You put me in a death-like situation, I out of there. Ain't no courage in this chicken body. Don't tell me what I can lift and what I can do. I'm gonna get out of there because there ain't no way I'm gonna play Mr. Hero in a lethal, you're gonna die situation. Okay, unless I'm feeling a bit crazy and my chances seem a little bit leveraged for me, I'm not gonna do it. Now, one of my many fears after that is sleep paralysis. I thought during one of my many fears was sleep paralysis. When I would wake up, I could see, I could feel, I could imagine my surroundings, but I could not move my body. I would wiggle my little pinky. I learned that if I wiggled my little pinky, I could wiggle my hands, and then I could wake up my hand, and I could wake up my arm, and if I did enough motion, my whole body would wake up. And it scared me because it would happen to me like 2 or 3 or 4 times in in a day, and it was aggravating as heck if you think about it. And eventually it stopped after a couple of years. It stopped. Yeah, yeah. After about a couple of years, it stopped. Sometimes it comes back, but it's normally like once every few months it'll happen to me. One of my uh, fears is kind of less forgetting things. Like, you know how you go to school every day, and one day you realize you're wearing your ripped pants. That's a common fear, but I'm not easily embarrassed or humiliated for some reason. For me, shame isn't something I'm used to. Not that I'm proud of who I am. Just I don't I don't see what's the point in shaming or feeling embarrassed is in one's exposing of their body. It's a body. What turns you on? A body. What turns you on turns you off. It scares you from a body. Like, geez. Oh no, he's a chicken because he won't go into a lethal situation, and he's a creep because he won't. He's a creep because he has no shame when he's you know introduced to exposed skin. I mean, come on, I've been to beaches, I've been to swimming pools. But anyways, what I'm pointing at is I'm scared of forgetting things. I I have forgotten homework, I've forgotten tests, and it's very common for me. Uh, Even now, I forget names almost all the time. You could give me a name. If I don't talk about that name for a week, guaranteed, forgotten. That means I've pretty much forgotten about all 300 and 400 students at my high school when I left. Even the ones that graduated. I'm sure I've forgotten at least. I've forgotten at least 80% of them, maybe even 90. So, so toodles and cahoots to you who still remember me, and I don't remember you, so shame on me. My apologies. One of my many fears is forgetting who I am as a person. That is a great fear of mine. I mean, imagine waking up and then not remembering anything that happened the previous day or the days before that, maybe even years, and then someone telling you something completely irrelevant to what you thought was current. That would scare me, you know? I mean, it'd be the same as waking up on an alien ship, forgetting something so important as my day last night would terrify me. So yeah, I guess one of my greatest fears is dementia and Alzheimer's, and short-term memory. Um, and I guess another one of my fears, which is a very common one, is being alone. Look, I'm alone a lot if you think about it. I'm alone quite a bit, and I'm not really a player for women, so being alone is kind of common for me. But I'm scared that one of my fears is that one day I'll wake up and I'll realize I don't have any family. It's just me alone in the world. Although there's thousands of people with the same last name as me, and thousands of people, that look like me or come from my descendant, I and myself know only me, and that would be terrifying. I will have no, and if I die, I mean, I will have nothing to pass on. If I have no woman, no one will have a memory of me. So that's more or less why this journal and these journal blogs exist. Um, I've forgotten. I even forget how to speak. I've forgotten memories, dreams, ideas, plans, all kinds of things. I've had very detailed plans about going to Sweden, going to college, making inventions, making unbelievable things occur and be designed, but I forget about them. I don't do them, and sooner or later someone else does them. But I could have done it like a year in advance. What a waste. I guess, I even forget about my food. You know how annoying it is to put a pizza in the oven or cook a steak or barbecue the grill and then just be like, and then just get a text on your phone, start texting away, and then burn all your food. You know how easy it is for most people to just be like, ah, yes, my food is cooking. I can smell it. I can hear it. I can see it. For me, it's like, ah, I had food. I don't even recognize that I'm hungry, or the smell, or the feeling, or the hearing. I just go, ah, I've forgotten all of it. It's like somebody just slapping me as soon as I get out of a pool. It's like, the pool's not even clean. I would forget about the cleaning part. Um, I guess one of my fears is becoming a failure, a loser. Someone who depends on another person entirely, or someone who does not contribute to society anymore, someone who is incapable of maintaining their own physical appearance or abilities. Like, seriously, like, who of you out there cannot say that if you are unable to do something, that it would just kill you on the inside? Like, the day someone has to wipe my butt for the rest of my life is the day I will consider the black capsule. Because ain't nobody gonna tell me what life is in that situation. Um, I'm sure I've put many fears. I've had fears of bees. I've gotten over the bees. I've got fears of heights. I still have fears of heights. I have fears of strangers. Still have fears of strangers. I have fears of social awkwardities. I always have social awkward moments. So I might as well get used to it. And I have a fear of rejection, but I'm rejected all the time, so I should be used to it. I have a fear of developing a disease I can't fix or a permanent disability. Who doesn't? I have many fears, but most relative one that I can constantly have a problem with is just the overall forgetting my food. That's right, my greatest fear is my day to day dream food, the darkness, and social awkwardness, which is my life in a bundle. And I'm sure there'll be more, many more fears for me to come up with, to establish, to realize. Am I scared of animals? Big animals? Surprisingly, no. When I think about a bear attacking me, I think about me attacking the bear. I don't know. I guess some aspects of my life just mean I'm a nut job. Some aspects just mean I'm a chicken. But overall, it's just me as a person, and that is, I guess that is it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for watching this terrible video. Have a nice day, have a nice life, and peace.